Hi guys, good evening. I'm just posting the link. Give me 1 minute. All right, I am ready. So, hi Saurabh, my weekend was good. How was yours? Hi Aaron, good evening. Hopefully, we have a good number of people joining in today. The last week was all over the place. Finally, we ended up making good money, but let's see how this week spans out. Right now, futures are up about 0.4%. Hi Vivek, hi Pooja, hi Tarun, hi Kayur. Good evening, everyone. So I'm waiting for like 6:30 because that's the time I usually start on weekend. Plus, like I tend to be a few minutes early so that if anything has to be fixed, it can be fixed. Hi Amy, hi Jeremy, how are you? I'm only holding Amazon. As I posted, the only thing which I've traded in the last 2 days is Amazon. Nothing else. Hi Special, hi Amit. Yep, we had a great party from my office, so enjoyed that. Hi Donald, hi Navjeet, hi Gayatri, hi Srini, good evening. How was your weekend, guys? And how was your last week or last month? Yes, they don't only love attention, Jeremy. They have to manage the inflation of the biggest country in terms of GDP. So if they are not able to control it, it can get off hands and things can escalate really quickly. And it will impact US dollar, it will impact everything. So the people who are running Federal Reserve, they are not idiots. The only thing is that they're not working according to what we want market to perform. Hi Shiva, good evening. Anyone else has anything to, like, we still have 5 minutes. I can uh, take in some suggestions or something which we can use to improve. Most of the people told me that just to reduce the amount of time on these videos. But again, like I have hardly any time to clean up these videos. That's why I just do live videos so that whatever we have just goes in. I do not process any information. Hi Sachin, hi David, hi Harry, hi Ashwin. Again, you're learning, you'll reach there. Hi Vasudha, hi Gokul. Manoj, I'm long on Amazon. I've been like trading Amazon for the last couple of days. That's the only trade I'm doing. And it's working out well. And with the Nasdaq holding strongly as of now, we should see some great move on Amazon tomorrow. Hi Misa, hi Sachin, hi Kumar, hi Shankar, hi Anjish. All right, so let me just do the scans first so that we can have some. Let's see what was the open high scan. I repeat this because this is for people who do not know how to trade, you could use this like PayPal, open lower same. You could easily use this and go long. Moderna, open low same. Shopify, open low same. Snowflake, open low same. Guys, give me 1 minute. I'll just join in. Give me 1 minute. All right, I'm back. So this is the scanner which I recommend. People who are non-technical, who know nothing about technical analysis, they could use this simple scanner, open equal to low, open equal to high by 9:45 a.m. and jump on any of them. Like if open and low are same, go for long. Open and high are same, go for short. It's very simple. And if you see SPX open and low same, do not short on that day. Do not. It's an observation which I've used really well. Then let's go to the inside weeks and inside days. So inside week, only LMT. All the others are in the bigger range. Manoj, I do not do 10-year yields or dollar index. No. Nilesh Chand, I can start charging the fees. I don't mind. If you're happy to pay, I can definitely take that and pass it on to somebody who needs that. Expedia GM. So not much in terms of inside days. All right, so let's start with our watch list. Let's see what I have. We have ES, SPY, Apple, AMD, Amazon Affirm. We can have, let's see if we can have a couple of more, because now ES is bouncing, tech will also bounce, and with tech bouncing, we should see some tech stocks going up significantly. All right, so let's start with ES now. It's 6:30 as well. So right now, ES has made a clear morning star. We are coming from 4,509 all the way to 3,855. That's 650 point down move. And once we made the down move, now look at the possibilities of a morning star. First one, we are in the downtrend. Then the last candle has covered the previous day candle from bottom to the up, also covered the body of for the, like if it is yesterday, this is y minus 1, y minus 2. So y has covered the body for y minus 1 and y minus 2. So it shows the strength of the morning star. Guys, 1 minute, my baby is crying. Give me 1 minute. I'm back. So what I was saying is the morning star on ES is very clean. First, we are in a downtrend. Okay. Let me just change the color so that it's easy. Let me use dark blue. We are in downtrend. First condition. Second condition is that the low here is higher than the open. Low is greater or equal to open, and the last candle is covering the body of the middle candle plus the previous candle. So these three conditions makes a perfect morning star. So this is a perfect morning star, and morning star usually runs for at least 2-3 candles. So we now have opportunity to take this trade and run it until 4100, 4180 area, which is really important. So let's see in tomorrow's real time how much we can go. But as of now, the support is around 4010, and we should bounce from there. And if we lose 4010, then things again go back to the doldrums of high volatility. Now we need to have a clean one-sided session so that the momentum and what you can say, the confidence in the market comes in. If we have a volatile session and if you are off the screen for 5 minutes and stocks moves up and down by 2%, then it's become very difficult to trade. So we need one clean one-sided session, which may be Monday or maybe Tuesday. Right now we are setting up in the morning start. So I will imagine that yes, next 2 days we should have a clean move. So again, I'm positive, and I also said that above 3965 we can have an aggressive move up. So that's possible. Now we should buy above 4009 is our stop loss, because yeah, 1 second, yeah, might be. Sorry guys, my baby is super cranky today. He's just crying. All right. So we should enter at least above the close, or if it can come to the middle. So 4013 above or 25 we should buy, because right now it's above. So I will say buy near 4025, 4030 area. 40009 is the stop loss. Target is a 12 EMA 4072, 4072, and 38 point Fibonacci 4105. I think I'm 70% there, like above 40-60 or 40-70, I would say 40-72. It can move, it can squeeze up in simple terms. Okay, now on the short side, if we lose 4009, we should sell it. Because if we lose 4009, then we are back to an open area where we do not have any support. So first we will find support at around 39.45. And then at this blue line or 39.10. So be very careful. 4009 is an important area. If you lose 4009, it can become difficult to market to hold on to the gains and quickly give up. But I believe because Friday's session, if you break it down into 30 minutes, you will see that on Friday, right here, it managed, once it crossed 4009, it tried to hold on to this candle. It came down once, but then immediately followed back up with a big candle. And I even mentioned on my Telegram channel that yes, it's holding that 39.80 area. It came, it tested, it made 39.75, took the support and bounced. So right now, I do not see anything which is telling me no, it's not going to continue. So I'm positive. But if we break this, then it becomes really difficult. So keep this in mind. 4009 is the key area. All right. Then we move on to the SPY. Again, SPY. SPY did 385, 395, and from 395 exactly to 402 area, which is a 38.2 Fibonacci. Now a recapture of 402 will again, like similar thing, we'll try to push it towards 4,000, not 4,000, 407, which equals to about 4072 on ES. So again, I'm positive. I want to buy above 402. And now people who are confused about ES and SPY, like if you roughly divide by them by 10, they are almost the same number. Now, in case of stop loss here, I'll be keeping 399 because the Fibonacci level is very large range, 395 to 402. So I'll be keeping a very like a mid range, which is 400, some 400. It's 425. And my target will be 40770. 40770. And the next target which comes here is this dodgy, which is around 411, 410, 411. I'm 70% confident here. Also, let me mention it's a evening perfect morning star. Okay, and in this case, it's not a morning star as such, but we can say it's not a like a clean morning dodgy star. It's a morning star, yes, because end of the day it has covered all the negative area and there's no gap as such in this candle. So it's really good. So we should see a follow-up. So I'm just mentioning here, not a clean morning star, but we should see a follow-up. And again, 400 is an important area. Because once we start to lose 400, again, the market is still bearish market. And we have seen that in the bearish market, there will be rallies, and rallies which will run for 2 days, 3 days. And then the only problem with these rallies is they're not going to make newer highs. They may go up, but they will face serious resistance. Like last time, 41.53, if you see on ES, was acting as a good support multiple times. 260. Right here, 41.50, 41.60. This was acting as a very good support. You see right here, 41.50. Now, we made the latest high here. Unless we cross 42.60, we are still in the bear market. And if we test 41.50 and reverse from there, expect we will go down much more than what we have recently made. 38.80, 38.55 is the low. We are going to make a newer low if we could not breach 41.50, 41.80 area. Just be clear in your mind, because this market is very clear that yes, if you are in a trend and within a trend, if you trade, you're fine. But if you try to outsmart the trend, try to outsmart the play, you will eventually end up losing. So be careful on what you are doing. Now moving to triple Q. Same thing with triple Q. It's all morning stars. 302 above. Morning star on daily. 302.25 is the stop loss. Let's buy above this area, 304. So that target is 307.80, which is the 12 EMA, and 313. 307.80, 313. And I'm giving 70% because I expect it to go at least towards 41.50 in terms of triple Q around 313, 315 area. 315 was the area where it was finding the support. 315, 317, where it turned around multiple times in the past. Now that should act as a really good resistance. On the short side, if we lose 302, just go and sell it. 304. 302.25. Targets 295, 60, and I'll take support here 292. So this is the view for index, ES, SPY, and triple Q. Now Apple is eyeing beautifully because this is the perfect, what you can say, dodgy candle coming from top, dodgy. It should do a move towards 150, 151 because it has regained on that 23.6 Fibonacci. And even we were positive on this, looking for 150. It is setting up for a perfect morning star. It's a morning star, but not a perfect one. I'm still marking this as neutral. 145.60 is my stop loss, which was my first target. I still want to sell this again, like below 145.60, you can sell this. And where should we buy? We should buy above 147, 148. I want to buy above like Friday's high, just to make sure that yes, all those areas of concern are gone. Now 150.70, which was the second target, is now the first target. And 154, you remember 154 has been a very good support for Apple in the past, right there, 154, 154, 150. Now all these areas should act as resistance. 1, 53 is a 12 EMA, so I'm only looking for 153.50 now at this moment. Again, you need to be very thoughtful here that all the previous supports, whether they were in index or whether they were in any of the tickers, they are going to act as really good resistances. So trade based on those levels. Wherever they have found support last time, they're going to struggle to cross that area now. They are good areas to short with a very limited stop loss, or they are the areas where if you are long, you should learn to book profit. Do not leave your profit on the plate here, because market can switch with a single statement from Fed governors or the member of FOMC. So do not leave any profit on the plate. Make sure you keep on booking whatever you had. AMD, this is the one stock which I have been positive throughout. And again, AMD made a, see, AMD is holding this blue line perfectly. Every time it comes to this blue line, somehow it is able to manage and close above it. Friday was a remarkable day for AMD, and this is a very beautiful bullish engulfing, or I will not call this the morning star, but if you want to, you can still call it, because the previous candle is a dodgy down and green up, and tested that to 34 EMA, but it is still not out of the shekels. It is trying to make a W. So once it crosses 99, we might see some move on AMD. So right now I want AMD, but I want it above 96 area. AMD for me is now positive. I want to buy above 96, which was my target, which it hit 96.45. Because it has not seen a close above 34 EMA yet. So if it does, that will be significant for AMD, and it will try to move up from there. First target 99.50 and the second target is 105. I'm increasing the percentage to 70. Again, it held the regression channel beautifully, plus it went up and tested and regained the 34 EMA as well. So we'll see what happens from here on. Amazon, like we expected it to give a close. Again, it did very beautifully. 2253, 2186 was the area. If you see my previous Fibonacci, which is right here, it came 2186, tested that and bounced on Friday. Now it has regained 23.6 Fibonacci. So we should see at least test of 12 EMA, which is 2365. And stop loss, the high was reduced here, 22.25. Like if you see the open 22.26, open 22.25. So this should provide us a good support, 2225, and we should buy about 2265, which is high of Friday. And now it is a recapture of 23.6 Fibonacci. We gained 20.3.6 Fib. Now it should aim towards 38 and 50. The 38 is 28.80 and 23.65. So I'm gonna go for 23. In between, I do not have any resistance for Amazon, so I'm going for 23.65. That's a $100 move. 23.80. I'm gonna leave it at 23.80 for now, because it's a substantial 4% move on Amazon. Affirm on the earnings did really well, and we were holding the position and made some reasonable money on this. It has tried to regain the 12 EMA, but has made a substantial gap. Now it becomes a shooting star, or if it holds this 12 EMA, then it becomes a condition where it could try and test 31. But right now it's holding that gap. So anytime if it comes around 22 to 23, it will be tested to fill the gap. I want it should not fill the gap. It should hold the gap for a positive momentum to carry on. But I want it to cross 24 and only then we should enter. With 24, and this is for like a couple of days of trade. Again, 24, 25. In this case, the 12 EM is 24.10. So I'm just updating to 24.10. Stop loss is also increased to 22.5. And area where it should come. This is the area where it should find. First one is this area where it's coming and testing. So it was acting as support 28, which is the target, and 31.85, 31.36. This will give you opportunity 100%. The only thing is you should enter only about 24. If it is not managing or holding out 24, then wait for the area to come around 22, 23. It should hold on to this gap. If it loses this gap and fills the gap, then it loses the entire momentum, entire positive momentum. Then we have BA. BA was doing all right on Friday until something came in and it got rejected right from the area where it was finding support previously. It has filled all the gaps, so there's nothing as such due on BA. And again, it fell out of this regression channel, not a regression channel, a normal channel, after spending more than a year and a half. This was the channel we were spending time. It came, filled all those gaps. Now there's no gap left on the negative side or the bottom side. So now it should regain its momentum. Test the 34 EMA, 12 EMA at least, which is around 141. In between, it made a higher high, higher low. So as such, it is positive. So let's see on the Heikin Nishi just to make sure. Yep, it's making an inside day in Heikin Nishi. So if it moves above 130, 35, I think we will have some move coming up on Boeing. But right now, it is still in neutral territory. It's not like very positive because it has to come above 129. So I want to buy above 129 just to make sure. And my stop loss will be the open of 126.80. 126.80 is my stop loss. I'm looking forward to this black regression line or this line where we have close, close, open. So this area, I want to see what's the price here. So let me just draw. It's 133 and then 141. So 133 area, 133, 141. Still keeping it neutral, buying at least $2 above. I'm not buying at the same price. I want it to cross 129 and hold. If it does, it will have some good move. 129 is an area where it has struggled because it was previously support. It acted as resistance and then the news came for BA, it dropped down. But again, it made higher high, higher low. HHHL. So it's positive. Caterpillar is struggling, so I'm going to remove this and maybe I'll introduce FTX. Because FTX is consolidating really, really well and has moved out from this zone, closed really well above 34 EMA. So FTX, I am introducing instead of CAT. FTX, I'm positive on it. My stop loss is 34 EMA, which is 209.75. And I want to buy above 212. and target is 216 and 222. Increasing it to 70% because it's a very big consolidation. Extremely long consolidation. And this was the consolidation we saw in Lulu, Costco, and they both, when they started to run, they ran back to back for multiple days. So FTX is setting up for the same thing. See the kind of, it's holding on to this area. It's a consolidation. And first time it tested above this area. First time we have a good green candle close above the 34 EMA. Now, if it crosses and we buy here, we have this target, which is like the lows here and this right here. So a possible good target to trade on. Then we have CRM. I want to include like ITSI instead of CRM. Let's see, ITSI or Twilio. Because I was looking at their charts. This is a bullish engulfing candle and there's a continuation on this. So we have scope for including ITSI or Twilio. So let me just check on Twilio as well. They're exactly the same chart. The only difference is that there's open area for Twilio, and Twilio has done all right as compared to ITSI. ITSI did really bad after the earnings and it came down. Now, in this case, I'll go with Twilio because at least it has some formidable close. So 109 is Twilio. Instead of CRM, I'm going with Twilio. I'm positive. My stop loss is the 12 EMA or this area if you want 106. Buy above 1 or buy near 19. I wanted to come near 19. Looking for a target of 118. And then somewhere here 125. So I'm positive on Twilio. And it has regained 12 EMA after a long. That's the positive sentiment behind this. You can do the same thing for ITSI. I'll mention you can ITSI same setup. Disney has like regained that 106 area which was missed out because of COVID news. Disney, like this is the hammer at the bottom and it's trying to become a morning star, but it has not become yet. If it comes here like 108 and above, it will become. So let's do that. Disney again, buy above 108.50 and stop loss is 106.60. Target is 110.6 and 113. Why I'm including Disney and FTX? Because they are Dow stocks. In case market is consolidating, you will find Dow stocks holding the momentum and providing the support. Facebook had that earning gap. It almost came near to it, like 185, but held on to that. This is a positive thought or positive setup. Made a higher high, higher low, tested the 12 EMA, holding that 191, which is a 61.8 Fibonacci, looking for 206. If it crosses 206, it will be really, really good for Facebook. But right now its stop loss is 196. I'm still keeping it neutral because it has to either close above 12 EMA. It tested but could not, and buy above 199.25. Target is 205 or 206 roughly. If it crosses 206, things can change. Things can change really, really quickly for Facebook. Above 206, it can run quickly. Then we have Roku. Roku is trying, like these are all setups where they're trying its best. Every time there's a close above this, tries to test the red line. Let's see if it breaks out above this red line or not. If it does, that could be really, really positive. But right now it's 93 as a stop loss on Roku, which was the target, previous target. 93 is a stop loss. It regained 12 EMA. Set. Buy above or buy near 96, 97. One more thing with respect to Roku. Roku in the initial few minutes may give back few points and then regain it. So if you are looking into Roku, make sure you look at that and try to jump into it. It does give that opportunity. Target is 103 and 105. Above 105, it could be really awesome. But again, every time it has tested the 34 EMA, which is the red line, it has come down substantially. Goog, it's like this is the only stock where we are not like getting that kind of strength. It is holding for a few days, but it was sell and rise for me. But now I'm just changing it to neutral because the momentum is getting turned around. If it goes above 27.30, so I'm buying above 23.40, which is the 12 EMA. Stop loss is 22.95. My target is this area, 24.60. So in between, I will look for the 24.25 and 24.66. Again, it's neutral. Microsoft is something I'm still looking to short. It came to 263, tested that 61 Fibonacci, failed. So again, I'll keep this trade open for Microsoft. With this, it's a breakdown after a month or inside of a month, so it's not easy. Now, only possibility is that it may be a fake breakdown, but in that case, it has to close above 263. If it changes over 263, you will see 270. I'm mentioning right here. If Microsoft moves above 263, go for 270 target. Again, I'll read your comments and try to answer once I'm done with my work, but this is the area. NVIDIA, my target was 180 and it did test 180 on Friday, but one more thing. NVIDIA, Microsoft, Apple, Tesla, they are the biggest beneficiary of the Fed infused money. Now, if Fed will start removing that money from the system or liquidity, whenever that happens, they will be the biggest losers from there. So these trades which we are planning, they are day-to-day trades. Do not think that yes, they are for months and weeks. No, we trade every day based on what we see. All right. So in this case, it's a perfect morning star for NVIDIA. So I'm moving it to positive. Daily. Now I want to buy above 180, or I want to buy above 182 roughly, because I want it to regain the 12 EMA. 180 is my stop loss. Target is 188, 197. I'm just keeping it 60% for now, because that's about 5-point move. So Friday it did an intensive move like 168, tested it, tested the regression channel, and boom, it never looked back. But it still has to regain this area. And previously all this area was resistance. So let's see if it breaks above 182 or not. If it does, it will have some legs to move on. Netflix did good on Friday, and as I was anticipating, it did really move 7%. So 185 was my target, so that's there. Now I want to keep 185 as my stop loss, 185.60 as my stop loss. Again, I did not trade all of them. I only looked at Amazon, stayed with Amazon. Target is 193 and 209. It closed right on the day's high. Now I think 190 or 189 is the area for Netflix. And if you try to reconcile this, majority of the targets did match and met if you're looking to trade. Like Roku did, Facebook did, BA did, Affirm did, Amazon did, Apple did, AMD did. But I only stuck with Amazon just to be fair to everybody. Shopify did 399, 400 target. Again, this is similar setup to what we have in Twilio and others. So 399 is the stop loss now, which is the second target. Now we should see right here, we have some resistance. So 450, that's about very big move. There is some gap as well. So let's say 425 is the first gap area. The high is 424, yes. 425, and then we have the low of 439. Let's see if it fills the gap. High is the gap. And where should we buy? We should buy above 408. 409, just to be fair. Last but not the least is Tesla. Tesla, again, like it's struggling with this regression line. And 779 is really important area for Tesla. So anytime it comes around 779, I'll love to sell this. 779. Again, selling can get aggressive below 779. Right now it's trading there. So 779, my stop loss will be 785. 733, 686. On the positive side, if it breaks above 685 or 785, 788, I will say. 800, 828. That's about it. So this is my plan. Again, people who do not understand how I use it, I look at the movement of ES for initial 15-20 minutes. I see in from my list which of the tickers are showing relative strength, and I focus only on these tickers. I do not look around against all the market. If anything is showing relative strength and it's coming in a good area, I'll just pick up and then buy an option for this week, maybe next week, and try to just squeeze in 25, 30, 50% and keep on trailing. If some stock is not showing or is practically showing relative weakness with the market, like the ES is moving up, but the stock is not at all moving or in fact going down, that is showing relative weakness. So in that case, when I'm looking at the resistance in the market, like in this case, 4070 is a resistance area. So I'll be looking to go short on those stocks. This is a very simple approach, which I follow. Now I'm going to share the Zoom link and I'm going to go through your comments. If anybody is interested, you can join in. Share your charts. You can discuss your pickers as well. Sort of SPY is not 24/7. ES is. That's why there's a little difference between SPY and ES. Mr. Bobcat, you want me to check on Twitter? Twitter is like technically there's no trade on Twitter. It's more on like news driven. There's a big gap which is created here. The regression line is right there. So the gap needs to be filled. And we are well away from the 34 and 12 EMA. So if it goes above 41, 42, it might try to go towards 43, which is the low here. But that's about it. I don't think so there's any other setup in Twitter. If you're fancying about the trade deal between Musk and Twitter, then it's mostly news driven. There's nothing technically you can point out on that deal. So I've shared the link. If anybody's interested, you can join in. If nobody's interested, I'll be closing the discussion. Because again, I have said time and again, this is a group where we need to do more of collaboration, not me speaking all the time. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Yep. Sophie, Peter, I don't trade these stocks like Sophie. They do not give me that kind of return which I want. And they are highly like news driven. So I avoid them. Sachin, we are still in the bear market. Bear market always have high volatile rallies. It's always there. Amazon we discussed. Baba, don't know. Baba may see some move. I don't know. Sachin, I have done that video. If you want to go there, you can find how to create all this. I've explained this so many times. Even if you go back to my last video where I created the Fibonacci retracement extension, I did explain about that. The point is everyone expect everything to be fed in spoon. I cannot do that. I'm doing this live because I do not have resources or time to manage all these videos. Now, everyone is saying, do short videos, do this video, do that kind of video. No, I cannot do that. You just need to spend some time, go through it and use it. Sachin, again, like you do not know whether you listen to me or not. We discussed about that on Thursday night, that market is going to get up. And I even mentioned about 39.65. we are going to have a market move up. Again, I will be very candid here. People do not spend time on understanding and then they complain. If you start to spend time on things, you will understand and you will become profitable. It's you have to do that. Nobody can do that for you. Let me open Baba. Baba is a morning star, but again, Baba is totally news driven. Baba is a morning star. Let me add that into my list. I can add that. $5.89. Stop loss is 86. Target is 93 and 95. Above 95, 99. That's the level for Baba. Thanks, Mr. Tom. Again, I cannot trade on news because that's not my portfolio. People who trade on news, they have to be really, really quick, sit in the front. I cannot. So any good news, bad news, doesn't matter for me. I prepare my plan, I stick to my plan, and I've been doing really well. That's to be honest. So I cannot complain. I'm sticking to my process and holding with that. Yes, Vivek.
Hi, Naval. I like last weekend. I guess like I did ask about the Tesla butterfly. I have a small question. Like then you told me that like to have minimum of $30 between each leg. Is that what?
Definitely yes.
Yes. So that is for a bigger stock that is Tesla. But what if I'm doing something like relatively little lower value stock, for example, SPY? How many like should I consider 20? And if I consider for Apple, should it be something like $5 between the each
You
spread?
need to understand the relative range of these stocks, how much they move.
The possibility of moving.
Yes.
Okay.
The SPY is moving, let's say, about 10 to 15 points in a week. Then you should have a strikes difference of around 10 or 12. Now,
Okay.
in case some stock is not moving more than 2 points, then what's the point of having a butterfly of more than 2 or 3 points? So it's relative. Tesla, I
Okay.
gave you 30 points because usually it gives you that kind of move, 30 to 50 points.
Hmm. Yeah. On that day, I was literally waiting. It came till 7:58 or something. It never went below 7:55. So I just like I left it. Uh, I have one this one. Do you mind looking at square ones? In my chart, it is like it is a
Yeah,
square. Yeah.
yeah. It's called an abandoned baby. If you want, I can add it.
Hmm.
It's an abandoned baby because here we have a gap
Yeah.
and it was a like morning star, but we left it. So we call this abandoned baby. Let me add this. Like I don't want to add so many stocks, but somehow
Uh,
I keep on adding them.
no, no. Like if you don't trade or other people,
Oh,
if
I
they
do
don't.
trade Square. I do trade
Okay.
Square. That's the problem is I keep on adding them. I try to keep my list concise so it becomes
Hmm.
easier. So target, you see right here, the
Yeah.
high 85 and the high here is 85. So we should buy this above 86
Okay.
so that it clears out that resistance wall.
Mm.
The support is this tested, tested, and maintained. So 80 is a really, really good support. What should be the target? First one is 90.37. So I'll say 90.35 and then is 104.85. 105. Abandoned Baby. I'm positive.
And I have one more question. It is regarding ES. Like yes, it is at like a really good point at right now, but in my chart, it rejected twice at 4051 or in that range. So why can't we consider that as a resistance? Like if it breaks, then only we can go long, or else below that we can. Like,
Oh yes, you can see you see the purple line coming here.
mhm.
That's about
Okay.
4050 4051
Yeah,
area.
yeah.
Okay. Again, it's a choice. You want to go above it or you want to come below it. But right now, this is an important area, 23.6. That's why you see I mentioned buy near 4025, 4030. I'm
Hmm.
not buying it above. I want it to come down so that I can buy it.
With it goes up, then with strength it goes up. Okay.
Let it go. Then
Okay.
I'll
Okay.
wait for 4070. Once it crosses 4070, I'll wait for 4105.
Okay.
So sometimes you need to let the price come to you. Do not fight it. Let the price come to you. Once the price is in your range, like I give this example multiple times. If you go to a Nike showroom, you know the shoes Air Jordan are there. The price is $200. Will you buy that shoe for $1,500? No,
Yeah.
no, right? You will just clear your head. You will look at the price. You will wait for the right opportunity, and you will buy it. The same thing is here. There you will worry about $50 difference, but here you can easily give that $50 in loss. Why? Because we do not do due diligence properly. If we lose on a good trade, it's all right. If we lose on a bad trade, that's not accepted. But
Then
first,
we
you're
missed
making
out.
a uh, incorrect trade. Second, you're losing your money. And again, it's your money. Nobody's going to cover it for you. Either it's your friend, your family, your boss, your wife. Nobody's going to, if you lose it, you lost it. So think that you have to safeguard your money and increase it. When you entered into the stock market, your goal was to increase your income, not to reduce your current savings.
Yeah. Yeah. True.
And people do not understand that. They think, oh, I can make 20%, 30% in a day. I'll be happy. No, you can make one day. Market is so supreme that if you make 10 days of your account, it takes one trade to wipe it out.
Yeah. Yeah. True.
So we
Okay.
should wait for the right opportunity. We should wait for the right prices. If you buy at the right price, 90% of the time you will exit at a better price.
Mm.
Because then you do not have the fear because you waited for it. Your stop loss is clearly defined. That is good. And once you're in a good trade, it will work out. No matter what, it will work out.
Yeah. Yeah. Last week was like really choppy, and I exited. Like I had few Apple puts and other stuff, and like I exited them. Like I just closed them in loss. Then like it went more bottom. Like last week
Again,
was really.
why we exited them in loss? Because we entered at a point where it was moving higher and then it reversed the direction. So when we exit, it either does a gap down or it goes down immediately the moment. See, it always happens. When you're in a trade, the moment you exit, it goes into your direction.
Yeah.
It happens with me, it happens with everyone. Why it happens? Because market tests our
Patience.
patience.
Yeah.
Second thing, it tests our concepts. If we simply look into this sheet, like for example, AMD, on Friday, we clearly said AMD is going to go and test 95, 96 area. I did not pick that up. If I wanted, I could have done that, right? But I thought, no, Amazon is good enough. Let me make money on Amazon. Yes, Amazon gave me good money. I'll not deny that. But opportunity was in front of me. I tend to ignore that. Similarly, when opportunity is in the loss, I'm making a loss, we still tend to ignore the facts which are in front of us. Why I'm doing this exercise? Because right now, there's no office meeting for me. There is no panic, no pressure, nothing. There's no open position for me, which is like making my bias uh, adapted to that position. So if we keep this like, that's why I've started taking the printout of it and keep it in front of me. So that if I'm doing wrong, I just have a look at it, and it brings back me that, yes, Naval, you are wrong. You need to get out. That's it.
Mm. Yeah, not to make decisions during the market timing, but ahead only and planning and entering into the trades.
Yes, it's like when you're going for an exam, right? You do not prepare in the exam. You get
Yeah.
prepared first, and then you just execute. You write it down what you know. You do not start opening your books and figuring out, oh, what should I do now?
True. Yeah.
Just try to make trading as simple, as clean, which you can understand at any given point of the day. That's it. You do not have to prove anybody. You do not have to show off to anybody. It's just you need to understand what you can comprehend and what you can execute. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah. This helps. Thanks a lot, Noel. And like, I did ask it in the in the group too. Like, even if you come across anything like, for example, open, low, high scan of for trading view, not toss, because I use trading view and like.
Yeah, you can open a toss account. It's free of cost. Second thing, they are giving you the same set of data for free. So open that in the phone and just set up that scanner.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I'll use it just for this open low scanner. Yeah,
Yes. Yep.
perfect. Thanks, Noel.
No problems. Anyone else wants to come and discuss and share their views? Again, I have to ask it again and again. I don't know how many people like it or not, but I'm coming to a point where I think it's not worth it, because I'm spending my weekend, I'm spending all of my daily work routines, and I hardly get any collaboration back from people. Mostly people are coming here to discuss their portfolios or their positions which are wrong. Only few people come here to discuss their charts. All right. Thank you then. Like, I may not be doing the sessions anymore because it's coming to a point where enough is enough. All right.